So yeah, Daniel Kabeya. I am a pro athlete. What sports? Basketball, I should say, primarily. Dove into dunking as well. And also on the before, I guess, before I went back to sports, I was fully versed in strength conditioning. So certified strength conditioning specialist as well as a trigger point massage specialist. So um, that's kind of my strength point. My focus is to kind of stay in the physiological side and working with clients and people of all age groups.
Yeah,
So yeah, it's kind of what I've been doing for a little while too.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. So now the biotech side is
yeah,
interesting, and I was saying, and just for the audience, before it came on, I was saying like I'm really intrigued by what you're doing because in the Pilates world, there's a sense of the body can heal itself. That's all you need. We don't necessarily need to add on.
exactly.
And you're interrupting that in a big way. So just talk about what you're doing. And I was reading like an argument that you're having with someone online too. So
Yeah. I
yeah,
mean,
so
you know what? All right. Holistically, you're right. The body can heal itself. Doesn't need anything really, right? I mean, I tore my Achilles now going on 9 months, and 9 months ago, yeah, I tore my Achilles. It was really bad, full tear. Couldn't walk, whatever, whatever. Had to make a decision within the second day if I was doing surgery or not. That day, I decided I was not going to do surgery because I believed in physiology. I really believe in the idea that the body can actually heal itself properly if you just kind of move right. Because I was moving wrong. That's kind of what it was. I was moving wrong, so that's why I got hurt. Um,
mhm,
how to say I was moving wrong was necessarily not necessarily I was just doing the wrong things, but when you're when you're jumping around and stuff like that consistently, it's just like I mean, it's weird, right? Because you don't really know when to stop. You want to keep jumping and jumping and jumping. So as someone that's intuitive with their body, I knew I was going to get hurt. I knew it, and it was because the frequency, travel here, travel there, dunk here, dunk there. Um, and so one thing that I love always, I've always been into recovery rehab, and so corrective exercise has always been something I care for. But so I thought to myself, listen, no surgery and just do a lot of proper corrective work, and you should be able to heal this Achilles injury right away. And what happened was month two, I I had to make a decision to go see a specialist, Dr. Gallia, who was he's a well-known specialist,
very well known.
ortho
Yeah.
doctor, whatever. So I figured, you know what? All right, let me see what you have to say. He tells me, hey, you know what? You should get a PRP shot. I said, well, I'm kind of involved in that industry already, the biotech industry,
Sorry,
but
can you just give the acronym? What's PRP?
so it's a plasma-rich platelet shot.
Yes.
So plasma-rich platelets are basically they're already inside your body, right? So it's not like you're putting something foreign inside your injury, right? It's just taking something, the healthiest cells from your body and placing them where the cells have been damaged, right?
Yes.
So in that case where I was injured, and
Right.
it was great because I heard him talk about how he did it for Tiger Woods and all these other athletes and Kevin Durant. I was like, you know what? Okay, I'll try it. You're the best in Toronto. You're the best in Canada. Okay, we'll see.
Great.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
I try it out because at work, what I normally do is I work with the patients after after they've gone through whether it be hair therapy, like cell therapy, whatever kind of regenerative therapy they're going through. I'm not too sure which the doctor would choose, but I would work with them after. So I kind of create a plan that works for your body based off of your situation, depending on whatever you're going through. And so the thing is, looking in that whole idea, I'm like, I do know what he's saying. Should I trust this or not? And I think I was desperate in a way because I wanted to walk.
Yes.
And I'm like, look, let me just try it. So I did 2 PRP shots, and month 3 I was walking. Month 2 I wasn't walking. So month 3 I was walking.
Yes.
So then, of course, I was doing all the physiological things I needed to do. But by month 5, I was jumping, and I was jumping very effortlessly. And I was like, you know what?
Really? Okay.
Maybe the platelets really do work. 100%,
Yes.
because no one else is recovering as quick. So, right there, I decided to say, you know what? I'm gonna dive in fully into this clinical opportunity, and step away from this athlete side a little bit. So I took full-time work instead of part-time, and I've been there. So for the past 6, 7 months now at this clinic here in Etobicoke, where I've been seeing this happen for a lot of patients now, and
Yeah.
it's all natural, right? So now I want to say, do I think this is the better way? Yeah, I do, because apparently this is what the most, I mean, the top elite people are doing in this world. The people that have access to it, they're doing it. And
Access.
to
Right.
everybody
Right.
else, it costs like $20,000, $30,000. So, of course, nobody knows about this healing. Um, but what we're doing is we're trying to make it affordable. It's very tough to break this loophole, but we're trying. And the idea is to make it affordable so that everybody can actually get this kind of treatment rather than elite athletes or elite politicians or stuff like that, right? We want
Right.
to actually help people. So for me, um, I solely do believe in it. Um, but do I think that it's the only way to heal? No. I just think that it's great and it works.
Right. 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 It sounds almost like the conversation people had about personal training maybe 20 years ago, right? Where it was for the elite, it was a luxury. It was, you just had to
Exactly.
just, that sort of thing where over time it's going to start to become more mainstream and more accessible and all those things. I just want to read this comment here. All natural was way better than surgery. PRP is popular with competitive cyclists in Colorado.
Oh yeah, there you go. Let me
Yeah.
read that. I see that. That's good.
Yeah. So now, is it PRP that you're doing, or is like with the biotech? Is there a different strategy, a different approach in that same technology field, or like?
Well, so there's PRP, there's prolotherapy as well.
Okay.
I personally do not do the prolotherapy because I'm not an MD. Prolotherapy should be done by an MD surgeon, more likely. And so I do work with the surgeon who does administer these PRP shots and prolotherapy shots. Prolotherapy is essentially breaking fascia, right, by creating more inflammation, and
Okay.
which is kind of weird, but it creates more inflammation and breaks the fascia by itself.
Breaks the fascia.
Yeah, so you'd think fascia has to only go through trigger point and stuff like that,
Yes.
which is what I do. And the weirdest thing is that, I mean, for myself, I didn't need to do any trigger point on my plantar after I got the prolotherapy shots on my foot.
Yeah.
So, um, right into my calcaneus, like right into my heel, sorry, my heel, I felt that one prolotherapy shot was able to, I mean, stabilize my Achilles again. It just did so
Yeah.
much from the plantar to my
Wow.
Achilles to my, and I
Yes.
was like, whoa. Now, yeah, once again, it's similar to stem cell. So that's another thing we do there. Stem cell treatment, stem cell repair, right? So,
Yes.
um, yeah, I think some people do understand what that is, but
Hmm.
these are just regenerative ways to fix your whole body, right? And
Right.
start from scratch. The only problem with this stuff is you can't just do it if you don't have the mindset ready for change. If you're not ready for this whole new body that you're looking for or this new level this new achievement, it's not going to do anything for you because you're going to revert back. The body's always going to go back to the stage you were, right? So
Yes.
um, it's tough to say if it's good to just do.
Hmm.
I can say that it works, you know.
Right. Yeah, you can't argue with your own testimony, so to speak.
Yeah.
But have there been people who have, like done it and been overconfident, went back to sport and came back injured because they didn't follow a protocol or they're overconfident or it actually didn't work for them?
So far, there haven't been many stories of them. And I do not know if it's more of a business side of thing where we haven't heard more stories yet or not. From our side of things, there's no stories of, I mean, everyone's kind of following the protocol as is, as they should.
Yep.
Mainly because I am there to explain to them as well my journey. And a lot of the athletes understand, they're more so, hey, you know what, I get it. I don't
Yep.
want to follow another way. I want to follow your way. And I'm like, okay, so
Right.
can it go other way? Yes, it can, right? It definitely can.
Of course.
People can always
Yeah.
mess things up.
We're plenty capable. Yes.
Right? But
Yeah.
I trust in it though, and I believe that it's something that people should look into. There's also we also do IV therapy. I don't know if you've ever heard
Okay.
of IV therapy, have you?
Uh, a little bit, but not really.
Yeah. So IV therapy basically allows us to just kind of put nutrients directly into your bloodstream, you know,
Yes. Okay.
directly. So through an IV, right? So a lot of IV drips. I mean, you get it at the hospital, but at the hospital, you're not going to get any actual nutrients. They'll just normally give you some sugar water. All right.
Yes.
And so the good thing is that we actually can give you magnesium, zinc, B1, 2, 3, K, all vitamins. And,
Right. Right.
you know, uh, so IV therapy, I've also done. I kind of posted on my Instagram one day. That was very, very, very good. It set me, because I was already in shape, it set me in a stance where for the past like well, I guess for the past 2 months now, sorry, 2 months, I've been like, I eat better, sleep better, feel better, everything, just because I kind of ran with it.
Yes.
So, once again, these are things rather than you see people, you tell them to go eat this, eat that, they won't do it.
No.
They won't.
Right.
And so I just say, hey, go get IV therapy. That way you're gonna detox your body. Let's say you can have a detox flush. So there's an IV for just detox. So it's filled
Yeah.
with complete detox, and some people need that. They need to clean up,
Right.
and
Yes.
that helps you. I also mentioned chlorella the other day on my Instagram as well, which was a supplement that we also just give supplements to people who do not want to have a needle or anything like that going through their body. So you have supplements like pills
Yeah.
or powder form. And chlorella was one thing. I'm not sure if you know, but have you heard of it?
No, I haven't heard that one at all yet.
That's a basically it's mitochondriac supplement that helps regenerate cells. Once again, cell
Right.
repair.
Right.
And so what's good is it boosts your ATPs a lot faster than like creatines and everything else.
Right.
Doesn't water bloats, etc. So I was trying to promote that to others the other day because I hear a lot of people taking creatine and all these things every day,
Yeah.
and I'm like, that's what I take. And for me, it's been keeping me in really good shape. So
Yeah.
you know, it's one of those things where I'm like, you know what, the bio world is changing in a way that we
Yes.
need to look and try to advance ourselves as well.
Right. So then who is this ideal for? Like for myself or for a studio owner or an instructor who is watching this conversation, who am I who is this ideal for? Who in conversation, who would I recommend this for?
Um, at this point, right now, we would say everybody above the age of 14,
Right.
um, just because. you don't really necessarily want to do IV therapy for a kid that's under 14. They should have all their
Right.
nutrients already.
Yep.
But it's mainly for anyone, and for also for people who are, let's say, you're diabetic, cancer patients. Like, we have so much. This kind of goes deeper into people that really need it. You see people that
Yes.
walk around with scoliosis and they can't get rid of it, and that's just because trauma that's stuck there. So somehow you need to be able to detox that trauma as well. So there's many methods that we kind of get into that cognitive aspect, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Through this, So
Right.
that's kind of our main focus, is to be able to get you to rewash your whole system, and start from scratch. So which means your brain,
Right.
um, you know, which is kind of
There's a
why I was
question
telling
here.
you. Sorry.
Sorry, Daniel. There's a question here. So how often would you recommend IV therapy, and what's the treatment plan look like for it?
Personally, I personally would not recommend, once again, because I'm not an MD. I literally would have to ask my MD, hey, what do you think this patient should be doing, right? Normally it'd have to be a full consultation with the MD, and then from there you you make a decision.
You make a decision.
Because yeah, I had a family member ask me that question last week, and I told them, hey, here's the doctor's number, call and ask, because that's not for me to answer. These
Right.
are things that I'm hoping
You
that
got to
you
know your
also go
scope, right?
into. Yeah, it's definitely, it's great stuff. I'm not promoting, I'm not doing no advertising. I'm just trying to help.
Yeah.
That's it. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this. Doc told
Sure.
me, Daniel, take the IV once every 3 months. Once every
That's
three
it,
months
eh?
for me,
Yeah. Yeah.
and for someone that's like, really needs it, I think he said once every 2 months. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, yeah. So Phil Griffin's saying the supplement instead of the creatine, what's it called again? And where is it
Uh,
available?
Chlorella.
Chlorella.
So Chroll. Wait, did I say E? I don't remember what I said. Chlorella. There you go.
Yes.
Chlorella. So chlorella, you can find it anywhere. Obviously, you can also extract it from the actual plant. I'll forget how to pronounce that plant.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but there's a lot of naturopaths out there that actually do have the knowledge of chlorella. Um, I know we have everything. We have all this stuff at the clinic. So if people are in Toronto region, at Etobicoke, just drop by the clinic, and yeah, come find out. There's a lot of good stuff to know. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, what about online? Like, what can be done for? I mean, the reach of these conversations are, all
Oh
over the
yeah.
world, right? So, like, so
Exactly.
what's accessibility geographically speaking? What can be done?
Well, right now, what our MD is doing, we actually put on a little thing. It's actually so cool. I don't want to say too much about it because I want it to come out as a nice shocker for everyone. But we're making a platform, a very, very cool platform. It should be out. I'm not going to speak too soon, but I think in like a month.
Okay.
1 month. And this has access to basically seeing your doctor at home, from home. You get a whole blood test that comes to you. We do epigenetic testing. So, an epigenetic testing, I don't know if you know what that is, but allows you to kind of find out your present, future, prior kind of situation in your DNA structure, kind of what's been
Yeah.
going on with you, and what can happen to you. So, we do all that testing in your house basically, because we send a package to you, and then you
Right.
send that package back. That all goes through, like, just like if you went to a doctor simply, and
Hmm.
we get your results, and basically you get exactly what you need sent back to you, either it be, whether it be the supplementation of the IV, or
Right.
whether it be the supplementation of the certain cell therapy. So yeah, it's very, very cool. And it's all
Wow.
integrated, automated, and it's going to be super, super cool. So
That's
it's all
that's
done like
exciting.
really
Yeah.
nice through Salesforce. So it's going to be something like in like 30 days, we should have it all available.
You're just trying to like play cool with it, like not just like blow its cover, but I feel it. Joel's comment here. Yes, plant chlorella is a mainstay in my green drinks. Great results, incandescent feel. Great results that I can feel. There you go. That's the superpower right there.
Yep, that's
Yeah.
the secret.
Yeah. That's you know it's funny because like I didn't know about all of these things and it's challenged me to look into it. Like I'm definitely gonna like have some more conversation with you like offline about
Yeah,
this
that's
because
good.
like without understanding this was my approach. When I turned 40, I walked into my doctor's office and asked him to give me a panel of every single test possible because I wanted a baseline. So
Where
white
am I
blood
at?
cell, cholesterol, testosterone, and where am I at? Like I'm healthy, I feel good,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
test me on everything anyways, right? So then he has that on record. So then every year, you know, around my birthday, I do a physical and do get that baseline. So my
Mm,
baseline is not against, okay, well, the chart says that you're healthy because you're here. You could say, well, last year or at 40, you were at this, and now you're here or here, right? So now I'm training myself against myself again, as opposed to against some chart on a wall.
yeah,
But then this is a different level altogether, right? When we're looking at DNA, right? As opposed to just like
yeah.
what your white
Different.
blood cell count is, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Wow.
that's exciting to hear because for me, knowing that you have like with your Pilates background, it's good because you understand the concept of breathing. You understand the cognitive understanding to why your body moves the way it moves. So, which means
Yes.
you already know that if you do not remove that trauma, you're not getting anywhere. And
Right.
so, essentially, with all that being said, once you just kind of get the idea that hey, these nutrients that seem impossible to get because of this GMO world we live in, I can get
Yes.
them all right now, right here, easily. Plus,
Mm-hmm.
know my whole epigenetic background. Man,
Right.
you win because now you
Yeah.
know how to help yourself because you already have everything else. You just need this part that you go to the doctors, the specialists for, and they either lie to you or don't give you the access to the information. So then
Right.
um, that's kind of what the health industry has turned into
Mm-hmm.
an industry where it's just about pharmaceuticals. So we want to make sure that we change that. We were tired of
Yes.
that. I, for one, don't believe in pharmaceuticals. I don't believe in surgery, all that stuff. So it's just yes, surgery for certain things, but not for physiological injuries and
Mm.
stuff like that. So, um, yeah, I just feel that we have to learn so much more altogether and see if
Yes.
we can make a change with all the resources that are actually out there rather than the basic traditional things that we've been doing, right?
Yes, I think the key word you said there is all, right? Like, I mean, like a lot of
Yes,
times we do not give ourselves the best opportunity to for success or for
exactly.
optimal health because we stay locked in one silo or one area, right? So, you know, that's as a trainer, as a coach, sport conditioning back in the day, all these things, I'm always thinking about how do I give my athletes the best chance at success? So we want to have every option open to them. So now if you're opening a door with another whole catalog of options, then that needs to be explored as well, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I completely, for me, I just think that once I mean, we're called bionectar. We're like, it's like a nectar.
Yes.
And we're open to all. We want to help all. We want to make sure that everybody around this nectar grows together, right? Because
Yes.
for the amount of seeds that can be planted in one, right? We can
Mm-hmm.
only grow together. And
Yes.
that's just what it is. Society as a whole right now is struggling because we don't learn together, right? So
Yes.
if we can learn together, maybe grow together. Yeah,
Absolutely. And that's a beautiful segue because like you're apart from the dunking stuff and apart from now this, you know, biotechnology stuff, you are so passionate about leadership, about family and kids and the next generation and all these different things too. So that sense of serving and just being good stewards,
Yes.
full stop, is so key,
Yeah,
right?
that's it. That's it.
Yeah.
Without that, what do we have?
It's good. Right, exactly. Absolutely. Like your last post about leadership,
Yeah.
and actually there's two of them. One is you're just saying about like, are you a leader? Can you just talk to that? I'm just throwing out just open slate. Just are you a leader? What did you mean by that? And what is your messaging in that?
Well, I mean, for me on that one, it was mainly I wanted people to know that they are leaders, right? Because we lead by example all the time, and sometimes we don't know that we can lead because we feel like only, the prime minister, the
The
president, the
person with the
teacher, the
title.
coach, right? Authority, only they can lead. And so sometimes we forget that we got to lead ourselves. We got to lead our hearts. We got to lead our families. We got to lead, like, we got to lead. But all that leading gets done through example, not through bossing, right? So through being able to be you. You got to be able to show that strength within you every single day, and that's leading, right? Just
Yes.
most people saw at the very beginning of the pandemic, a few people started their IG lives. I remember you having me on IG live, and you led the way. And look at what you have. You have a whole podcast, a whole show where you're leading, trying to group people together the same way you're doing before. That's leading. And I just kind of wanted to let a message out that out there we sometimes forget that we can all be leaders every single day. Some people
Yes.
just forget that. I feel like my child, my 4-year-old daughter, can be a leader, and I could follow if she's just leading through hope. Seeing the fact that she has so
Yeah.
much hope, that's a lead, right? So then all of a
That's a
sudden,
lead.
uh,
Yeah.
that's the kind of thing that I was trying to give out that day, and so that we can all understand that, because I'm sick and tired sometimes of seeing people come to that one person they think they need to go to, right?
Mm.
Rather than look within and
Yes.
own that, right? Own it.
Yes.
That's it. Whether it be a failure or success, own it, move
Yes.
forward. You know.
Right.
So
Yes.
that's kind of what I was
Can I
saying.
add, if I can just add one piece to that too, when
Yeah.
we when we have the understanding of leadership and that you can get that from a 4-year-old or whatever, when we have a sense of humility in that, we will never
Mhm.
lose that opportunity to learn.
No,
Like we
never.
rob ourselves of those opportunities to learn when we think
Yeah.
that only the person with a title is a leader, only the person with authority is a leader, only the person that has money is a leader, only the person
Yeah.
who's older than me is a leader, right? Like any one of our ageisms up here can hinder us from learning
Yes.
from someone
Yes.
else.
Yes. Yes. I
Yeah.
love it. See, the fact that you caught that and wanted to mention it, that makes me real happy, because these are things I complain about daily. I complain about the idea that we are not able to get together and lead and actually just push, all the time. Even through this pandemic, I feel like that's what's missing a lot, is everybody's waiting all the time to hear what Doug Ford has to say in Ontario before they go outside and just maybe take a run on your own instead of complaining
Yes.
about a gym. How about you
Yes.
start doing things in your home by yourself and not complain
Yes.
about people that are out there and how you need some motivation? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's all these things I'm saying. If I can help everybody find that within, you know,
Yes.
um, yeah, I love it. Personal victory. That's what it is.
That's
It
right. That
really is.
is it.
Yeah.
Yes. And the other one too, so the two that resonated with me, one was that leadership one, and the other one where you were saying, like I put in the title here, where's your focus? Who are you focusing on? People who inspire you, people who support you, and people who can help you grow.
Mhm. Well, I mean, that's the main thing. Some people are focused on the wrong thing. Similar to what we were saying there, right? Is being focused on what somebody posted today on Instagram before you
Yes.
go and you do your workout or eat the right meal
Hmm.
or chase the opportunity. I mean, you got to know your focus, right? What are you
Yes.
focused on?
Yep.
And that's just I think that's a big common problem,
Yes.
So many people were very focused on big goals and big plans in 2020, and then we got locked down, shut down, pandemic, whatever, everything happens. Now, where's the focus? Are you still thinking about those same things you're trying to do in a different way now, knowing that we had to
Hmm.
adjust? Or are you blaming what's going on? Are you complaining about what we're going through? Right? Because if you're
Yes.
complaining about what we're going through and not moving forward, your focus is probably not where you want it to be. And
Right.
so that's kind of what I'm saying as well. Is we're in a tough time. We're in a pandemic. Where's your focus? Right? Is your focus still in the right place where you still need to keep remembering that you got to lead? So yes,
Hmm.
you're depressed. Yes, you're hurt. But guess what? There's people watching you, right? And so do
Yes.
you want to lead or not? Right? That's kind of back to that question. Are you a leader? Right? And so that's kind of what that was about too. Right?
Everything comes back to leadership. I mean,
Full
that's a
circle.
John Maxwell's like, everything rises and falls on leadership,
Yeah. It's
right?
full
Like
circle.
full circle in that. And it's funny, I just remember something when you said right at the beginning about me being busy and why we didn't connect. I spoke earlier this year at which one was it? At Brink. And I did a talk, and one of the side comments I made, and it wasn't really even the central point I was making, but was about focus. And I said I changed my wording from I'm busy to I'm focused on
Yep.
X, Y, and Z.
I like that. I
Right?
like that.
So what I was doing with that was saying that my life isn't busy because I'm in reaction mode to the things that are happening to me.
Hmm.
I'm selecting where I'm going to spend my energy because I'm focused on being successful with A, B, and C. So my
I like
wording is different. So if I'm,
that.
you want me to do something, it might be like, sorry, I won't say, sorry, Daniel, can't make it, I'm busy. I'd say, sorry, Daniel, I have a conference coming up, so I'm focused on being successful in that right now.
Yes.
You know what
I
I'm
like
saying? So
that.
it's I'm not busy, I'm focused.
Hmm.
So that focus might mean that it may be an inconvenience to you, but that's going
Exactly.
to cause you to be a successful later with this, which may come back and help you anyway. So I'm focused on this. So I'm
Yeah.
very selective with my words and don't say that I'm busy. I just say that I'm focused on this right now, right? So
Yeah, I appreciate that clear up. That's good. That's actually very good for me now to use that. Hey, I love that. Wow. I always say busy. I always say busy. So I like that. I like that. Good.
here's a comment here. Please define humility. Some people think humility means that they have to suppress their gift in the presence of others. I could jump all over that, but please go.
I want to hear yours. I want to hear yours.
Well, humility, there's a sense of starting with understanding who you are, right?
Yeah.
And what you bring, what your gifts and talents are, and being in a place, we didn't say this earlier, but being in a place where you don't have to make apologies for who you are because you're
Yeah.
confident in that, right?
Yeah.
So now I
Yeah.
can go into those situations to understand when I need to be silent, when I need to listen, and when I need to speak.
Yeah.
And so that's a humility of just recognizing those things. And humility means that, wait a minute, this 4-year-old does have hope that I don't have. I'm jaded in my 46 years on this planet, but has this hope. Maybe I need just like
There you
50% of her
go.
hope. You know what I'm saying? Like I could just take some of that hope and
Yeah.
layer that in with what I know and
Yeah.
that's the humility piece for me, just understanding who I am and where I'm in space and be able to move from that place instead of
Agreed.
pretending that I'm not, or humbling, or just being quiet and deferring to someone when I actually have something that I can contribute.
Agreed. Completely agreed. Completely. That is, yeah, that's that. Because I always remember, you know, the idea that um you're nothing, you know what I mean? And like, because the idea is, if I say that, someone might think that I feel like I'm nothing.
Yes.
But that's not what I feel. You know what I mean? I know how I feel, but
Yes.
the idea is I'm nothing so that you understand that, you're something as well. You know what I mean? Like the idea is
Yes.
I'm nothing to you. We're just, if you see yourself as what you see yourself,
Hmm.
just look at me same way. Mirror in front of you, that's that. And kind of
Yes.
helping people they meet me and they talk to me and they're like, man, you're so down to earth, you're so cool. I'm like,
Yes.
I look at them, I'm like, what did you expect?
Right. Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
I'm like, what did you think about me? Did I show something different before? And that's the thing. I'm very genuine in the idea where I'm
Hmm.
like, look, I want you to understand that humility. I don't really like care about humility. I think about it's just me. You know, it's just
Yes.
be gentle with my own heart, knowing that
Right.
it doesn't matter. You know, if I win, but it matters if I maintain, right? That's kind of
Yes.
how I look at it. So I'm never chasing a W, but I'm always chasing maintenance, you know?
Yes.
So,
Yeah. Yeah.
you
This
know,
man, some of this good stuff in there. And also you just said like what did you think? I can almost answer what that person was thinking, and
yeah,
it's very common. And this is the disease that comes out of social media. They're comparing their insecurities to your abilities. What's your best vertical again? Just brag for a second. What's your best vertical you attained
my best ever,
ever?
man, I'm just gonna say 55.
55-inch vertical. So
Yeah.
now that's insane. So now I can compare
But
that
like, but
superhuman
I can
ability
do that
compared to
now.
my inability. Was that?
I can do that now too, though.
Yeah. So yeah, exactly. So my point is that is insane. So I can compare what you can do compared to what I can't do, right?
Well,
And then that's
yeah.
when people come at you like, wow, he's actually down to earth because I've now elevated you based on how I perceive myself.
Yes, that's true. I mean, that's how I do it all the time. Like I came to you and you humbled me within like what, 30 seconds with Pilates. Not even 30, it was like 10 seconds. I was like, oh my goodness. But I wasn't feeling humbled. I felt like that already. I came in there knowing that I don't know. And I'm not I can be strong, sure, look strong, but like, doesn't mean I can just do everything, you know?
No, but that's humility. That's wisdom. That's deferring to someone who is a subject matter expert. Like they are
Yeah.
the authority in this space, and that doesn't mean that I'm lesser. That means that I just respect this person. Actually, I can
That,
share a story. Like, I don't know if you caught this one when I talked about this, but I had this gentleman on, and you might know him, Chad Benson, from
freaking me.
BC. Yeah, he's a big dog in terms of like sports conditioning and performance. He wrote the curriculum for twist conditioning,
Mm.
all
Oh,
like
I
all that
think
stuff.
Yeah, he must have been. Yeah, I know the name. I think I know the crowd actually. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I had this moment of pause talking about humility where he was going to be on the show, and I've learned from him. I've taken courses with him, and I just revere him as an authority in the space.
Mm.
He's written books, he's presented all these things, and then I had this moment of pause where I said to myself, well, wait a minute, like so am I. Like
Mm.
he's important and so am I. He's an author and so am I. He's a presenter and so am I. And I just ran with that. And it became so alive for me to say in those moments, so am I. Like he's important and so am I. As opposed to he's important,
Yeah,
therefore I have to be lesser. It's like, no,
yeah.
no, no. Like I can respect him and learn from him, but I don't have to debase myself
Just for
because of
that.
it, just
Yep.
for that.
Hmm.
So
And you know what? I love that. I love that because social media has ruined the world today. You know,
yes. Yeah.
man, I've had times where I go places and I've had that, and I've had to tell people that because I'm like, man, we need to start understanding that it's not about whatever status somebody looks like they have. You know,
Right. Yeah.
we're all more we're all more than we think right now.
Yeah.
Essentially. Yeah.
There's a comment here also. The follow up to the humility question was, so what happens when their response is you're just acting cocky?
Yeah, I get that a lot. You know that? I get that a lot. A lot of times, someone will be like, ah, man, you're just being cocky. And I get it because I laugh a lot. I smile a lot, a lot, a lot. So, because I get it from the fact that my dad didn't smile that much. So, I know if I don't smile, my face looks really angry. So I smile a lot because of that reason. So it's funny because I speak in a way where I'm trying to tell you the exact same thing. I'm like, man, I can't do that. You can't. And I'll say it like this, and you're just thinking I'm being cocky. And I'm like, man, that's so sad because why are you projecting all these things onto me? You know what I mean? I'm
Yes,
not.
yes,
I'm true. So the idea of hearing that, what I always tell people is that's not the case. Um, when it comes down to talent and everything, I'm like, I know I could be an amazing jumper, but someone can wake up tomorrow and be better than me at jumping. And
yes,
so, which means, why did I stop training? If I never stopped training, then I wouldn't care because I'd be able to just keep training to beat that, just like it's competition.
yes. It's competition, right?
But that's it. Or I just move on knowing that I can't. But
Right.
the thing is, I feel that there's no idea on. I don't. I look for competition. This is what it is. I look for competition. I'm competitive as
Yes,
heck. If you,
yes,
Martin, tell me today, Daniel, I'm gonna dunk on you, I'm personally gonna have it in my heart as like, no, you won't. And
right.
it's it doesn't. Even if I can jump higher than you, that wouldn't be about that. It'd be more about the competitive nature in my heart. I want
Yes,
to fight for it. I want to win against that. So then
yes.
that's the cockiness that you're going to bring up is my competitive nature. And I think that's where people get mixed up with cockiness and competitiveness, right?
Right, exactly. And as Joel said there, low self-esteem from the person who said that is definitely a part of it. That's one part of it. That low self-esteem that they
Deserve.
carry. My wife says all the
Deserve.
time that sounds like a you problem. That's not a me problem, right? So that's
That's so
that's
funny.
uh,
That sounds like
that.
a problem.
But also in terms of the cocky piece, there's something that there's a quote that someone said that really resonated with me. And before I even give you the quote, I feel that in those times that I'm thinking about the one person that would be inspired by what I'm doing instead of the one person who's going to accuse me of being cocky. You know what I mean? So like there's times that like you give pause, maybe I'm gonna post this, maybe I'm gonna do this, maybe and I think, maybe someone's gonna think I'm cocky. I've gotten over that because for the one person who would say
So
you're being
funny.
cocky when you do it, there's like two, three, four,
Hundreds of
five
people.
people, hundreds of people that are inspired by it. So this is the quote that I found somewhere that leads me. He said, "I don't do this to impress you. I do this to impress upon you,
Oh yeah. Oh
to
yeah.
inspire you to do
Yeah.
something."
That's it. Hmm.
And I was like, yes. I'm not here to
That's it.
impress you, to impress upon you that you can be
That's
better,
it.
that you can do this, that you can achieve this, that you can, right? So,
That's what I mean, that's what I feel like I post all the time, but
yes,
it gets taken the wrong way all the time. I've
yes.
stopped trying to post talented things.
Appeasing stuff, yeah.
Yeah, because I'm like, it's weird to me. I'm like, you're just gonna think that I'm trying to show off my talents, but all I'm trying to show you is that we can. The LeBron James more than an athlete thing, man. I've been saying that since I was 22 years old. I was telling people
Yes.
I'm more than a trainer. I'm more than a trainer. I'm more than a basketball player. I'm more than a basketball player. So I understand that whole you're more than whatever you're seen to be, whatever. And I want people to understand that more and more. So I want people to show all their talents and start showing all these things.
Absolutely. Put on display. Yes.
Yeah, I think it's great. At the end of the day, it might help bring out competition for all us competitive people. And
Right.
at the same time, recognition. Some people want recognition, so it's good for them.
Hmm. It's good for them.
Yeah.
Yes, it was a great conversation. Thank you. I just Philip Griffin's comment here. Misreading people is human nature. Confident people can be perceived as cocky. Quiet people can be perceived as stuck up. Yes.
That's
Yes.
so true.
But and that's true. And almost like I just shelf that over there and then
Yeah.
come back to like those talents are inspiring. Like that
Yeah.
is it. Everybody out here, like put your talents on display, celebrate movement. That's the
Yeah,
thing. Like we're in the movement industry because we inspire the next.
exactly.
Put those out there without apology, and yes, and just and discover and push yourself to that limit. And when you get to that limit, put it out there and celebrate that you got there, and let's keep moving forward.
Mm-hmm. You know, I think it's sad because it was an accident when I did the jumping thing. I was not trying to ever show people that. You know, it was like Phil knew about it and a couple people around, but then the Instagram took it on its own. So,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
it's one of those things where you're not really trying to show certain things.
yeah.
So I think now everyone needs to show everything because you never know
Yes.
what it does for you in life after, right? It's
Right,
turned out to
right.
be good,
Yes,
you know?
absolutely. Yeah, yeah. Solid, man. Thank you so much, man. That's once again such a fast hour, but
Yeah.
it's so good. And thank you to everyone who joined us in the conversation. Dan, I'll reach out to you afterwards, man. I
Yeah.
want to look more to this biotech stuff,
Okay,
and
okay.
I'll document it, man.
Hey
Anything that
man,
we do and jump
it's so
in.
close to you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Close by.
Yeah.
I'm
Yes.
waiting.
That would be good. Yeah, so we'll definitely look into that. And yeah, so please follow. Can you put your handle in the chat there once again? Or actually, what else
Oh,
do you have going on? Like while typing it in, anything else you have going on? Any like
Air
workshops or
DK.
anything? Air DK.
I
Umbrella.
mean, the thing is, Air DK is working on a bunch of stuff. Air
Hmm.
DK is my brand. Um, Air DK app. I have an app that I have made, but I'm still kind of loading content. I've been working on the content for a long time. The content is just very spectacular, and it's a lot of it.
Yeah.
So I should have it all done by the end of summer.
Okay.
But right now, I have a platform that's out for webinars, lives, live classes, live workouts, all on airdk.ca. So I'm not pushing it yet because,
Mhm.
like I said, I'm not done. But yeah, you know, you can check it out, whoever wants to, and I hope you do. And stay in touch. You know, join the communities.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Daniel. It's so inspiring, man. I really appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right, man. We'll take care. Thank you,
All
everyone
right.
else who joined us today as well. Awesome. All right. Take care. Bye.